Good morning everyone, my name is Alex Dodds and welcome to the first of a brand new feature here on Dodds Diaries. That's how I started my very first Dodds Diaries 14 years ago in this spot. Standing at Highfield, just outside Chelsea Street Town Centre, which is just along that road there, about half a mile. Today is Tuesday the 2nd of June, and today I should actually say welcome to the last of a brand new feature here on Dodds Diaries, episode 126. Yes folks, after 14 years of doing these video diaries, this is it, my final farewell. I've had so many memories doing all these diaries. I've had wonderful days out, but now it's time for me to finish this all and retire the camcorder. And so today I'm going to be going out on a bang, doing a similar a rerun of my 50th Dodds Diary when I went around the country 900 miles. That's still one of my most memorable trips. Today, I am doing that journey clockwise, where I'm going to be travelling 800 miles today, all in one day. Starting at Highfield here, outside Chelsea Street Town Centre. I'm going to catch the bus to Newcastle, the 21, at 0440. Same bus I got up to Newcastle in 2012. And then a quick dash, well, probably won't be a quick dash, I down through the city centre to Central Station. And from there, it's all go from there. I'm on a go north-west new right straight deck electro liner. But these on the 21 are fully electric, double decker buses. Passing under the A1.
Next stop, Durham Road, Deanford. Next stop, Newcastle, John Dobson Street.
Passing over the Tyne Bridge. Walking down Northumberland Street at 5:10 in the morning. It's quite mild this morning, and it is meant to be warm, although a bit rainy. Just walking past Eldon Square Shopping Centre. any few on that bus I just got off. That came from Durham. Of course, instead of getting the metro to Central Station, I'm just going to walk it. Passing Phoenix department store. Looks like it's getting its front refurbished. I'm going to walk down Granger Street to Central Station. Of course, behind me is Gray's Monument, and this here is where I started. I had to let it down to Central Station in my first Dodds Diary in 2012 to catch that 5:25 train. Not this time, with the train being at 6:03, and I'll tell you soon, it'll be slightly different for us this time as well. When I did this first Dodds Diary, I was 20 years old, day me last, and I'm 34 years old. So I'm going to get some breakfast because I am starving. I'll just pop into Greg's outside of Central Station. Just passing the gate, and just up there, that's the bus I got to here. Left Eldon Square. Mind you, there's a lot of people that can run faster than what I can. So here I am at Central Station at nearly 10 to 6 in the morning. So travelling to London this morning, a bit differently. I'm actually travelling on Lumo, the 0603 to King's Cross. And that'll be my first time on Lumo trains as well. So it'll be a chance to compare this to LNER and see what it's like. I know one difference, this train goes non-stop all the way to London. Now, here's what we've got. A 158 and a 156 Northern. See a zoomer up there. And one there. Now that one on the left, that should have departed at 5:27. Unfortunately, that's been cancelled. I think there's no driver. Just literally 8 or 9 hours, about 8 or 10 hours before filming this, the overhead wires went down at Hitchin, which is just north of Stevenage. It literally blocked everything. LNER, Great Northern, all the trains out of London were literally stopped. So unfortunately that has caused a lot of displaced trains, crew and all that. So there's going to be cancellations today, residual delays and that. But I've been speaking to Lumo, my train is running on time and everything has to run on time today. The plan for me, to catch this train to King's Cross, I get down to London for 9:30 and I'm only there for 3 hours this time, there'll be no spotting, meeting up with Jack Newell, so we'll have a look around London and then we catch the 12:40 Avanti West Coast from Euston Station. He goes to Carlisle and I can all the way up to Edinburgh. That's a 5-hour 10-minute journey and the train goes via Birmingham as well. And I get up to Edinburgh for about 6:10 tonight, so at roughly 5 hours, and then I'm in Edinburgh till 10 o'clock tonight, back down to here, Newcastle, just before midnight. So it's going to be a very, very long day for me, but it'll be a fun one and a memorable one. And what a way to down out with a bang for my last ever diary. Now I get to London, it'll actually be the first time I get there when there's a tube strike on. Thankfully, it's not a total shutdown. The RMT union drivers are on strike today and Thursday, as I speak. That's the day today, the day of filming this. But some tube trains will still be running, but we're only going to be there for a couple of hours, and then obviously we're back at our Euston station. So, aye, not a good start for that train. That should have went at 5:27. That's been cancelled. Now, interesting is my Lumo was meant to come on number 4. I'll have to now find out where that's going to go on to, because I think there's going to be a platform change at the last minute. Aye, see how Miss Journey on Lumo goes. So as expected, a quick platform change to number 3. And these Lumo trains are usually very busy, from what I know. And so the 800-mile journey begins. Of course, the first task for me is just getting down to London.
It's basically about the story of this woman's period.
As I expected, tiny full train, but plenty of empty seats actually. So I'm just getting one unreserved.
They got this. She called herself like a little librarian. It's kind of her story, like how she became a librarian, but also like many things for the entire.
Good morning and welcome on board this Lumo service direct to London King's Cross. My name is Rosie and together with Ryan and Matthew, it is our pleasure to be your on-board ambassadors alongside care of our customer driver. Please note this is a non-smoking service that does include the use of e-cigarettes and vapes. CCTV is in operation, but if you do see anything suspicious or out of place, please contact a member of the team or text the British Transport Police on 61018. See it. We will shortly pass through the train checking all tickets and rail cards. Can we kindly ask that these are now downloaded and ready for inspection? Once we have completed this, our catering facilities will open and we will travel through the train to your seat. In the meantime, please do sit back, connect to our free onboard Wi-Fi and enjoy your Lumo experience. Thank you.
Not knowingly, yeah. It's always nice. They're like, I always feel weird about talking about their books if I meet someone.
Welcome to this Lumo service to London King's Cross.
Yeah.
The next stop will be London King's Cross.
And because of all the problems of last night, I can expect a bit of a delay.
For your safety
Getting to the
and
capital.
security, this train is fitted with CCTV. Please keep your belongings with you or in sight at all times. And if you notice anything suspicious, please speak to a member of staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. If you see it, say
I mean, she works for one of the biggest bookshop chains in Italy.
She's got this train. Please keep the arms and doorways free of luggage or other obstructions. Please keep personal items off seats. These should be placed safely and securely in the overhead racks so that all seats are available for others to use.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah.
Coming back through Chester Street. Passing, that's the bridge I walked over this morning.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I went to
We're running a bit slow through Durham. That's because we're right behind the 0679 Transpennine Liverpool service. We did depart Newcastle just a little bit late.
I don't want everything. That's a bit nice. Also, I mean, I don't come into my loads of seats. Do you know that the steps in the UK can have them?
Yeah. So if you want to move up,
I would like to see the dark.
don't worry.
I'll do it so you're time.
You get on his own. So. But we're all just back here if you want to. Obviously they haven't people haven't shown up. It doesn't stop anywhere, so.
No, just tell Jack to come here and get me when she wants to do my one-to-one.
Passing Darlington, and over here is Darlington's brand new platform 5-6. But we're actually going to be stationary here for a few minutes, but it's actually part of the timetable. It's 7:10. We're just running non-stop through York. The Transpennine to Scarborough. And at the same time, tucking into Lumo's cup of tea. Just passing through Doncaster. This is where my mate Jack Newell was earlier on, and he'll be joining us in London. So, journey's done well. It's about 8:25, just north of Peterborough. Coming up to it soon. So what I think of Lumo? Well, nice seats. I've been on these ones before. Good service. Lovely staff indeed. I think we're just coming to Peterborough now, actually. One thing though, when you come on Lumo, luggage. They do have luggage limits, so this is sort of like the Ryanair of trains. So on here you can have one small bag, you can have up to a medium size. You can't bring any large or extra large bag like what you can on LNER, but nevertheless, cheaper. I must have paid about £45 for a single, so at least for today, it's the cheapest way to get to King's Cross, but I still like LNER a little bit more. So just 77 miles north of King's Cross. We're just passing Sandy and the heavens have opened. It looks like we're going to get to London, no problem, but we haven't passed Hitchin yet. Now just passing the place that caused a lot of bother last night, Hitchin. The night before filming this. So somewhere around here the overhead wires went down. Just coming through the Welland tunnels. Just passing through North London. We're in Alexandra Palace, Pally Pally. This is a Bounds Green depot. There's a 717 over there.
We'll shortly be arriving at London King's Cross, where
It's the Emirates Stadium, home of this season's Premier League champions, Arsenal.
When leaving us here, please do mind the gap between the train and the platform edge and be aware there may be a step down onto the platform. Please do make sure that you gather all personal belongings, checking the overhead storage and any luggage rack. Anything left on board is damaged or you can property. Here in London King's Cross, and that is the plan to clarity to retrieve any items back. If you do see anything suspicious or unsafe in or around the station, please remember to contact the Emirates Station staff on Transport Station 161016. Please be subject. It has been raining down here in London, please be mindful. But it is a red station and it may make things a little bit sleepy. Once again, our final and terminating station will be London King's Cross in a few moments' time. We do apologise for the fact that it is
We're going to the left.
Good, how are you? Yeah. Thank you.
How's it going?
I love it.
Yeah.
There's just so many different platforms and just trying to find the right one to use it. So I'm starting to adopt it at work. So now I'm the champion at work. So I enjoy it. Is that what you do?
Well, I am a product owner, so what I do is like I work with drugs and I basically help develop the technology within the shop, materials, management, like that. Just going down to see how like AI within the mirrors.
That's the Channel Tunnel rail link. Well, that's the North London. That's the Channel Tunnel rail link there. Carries the Eurostar and the South Eastern Javelin trains through it down to Kent.
Our head office is in London.
So just passing through the Gasworks tunnel at the moment.
You know, I hate being away from the kids.
I know, me too. I'm like
3 days.
Never do those, but it's like because it's just one day. I'm like,
Are you overnight?
no, I'm literally coming back tonight. Yeah.
So I'm back at 11 o'clock. I get back on Thursday night. It's too much. It's too much. So it's just like that. But we'll see what happens. Something else a bit more close to home.
It feels like I mean, but maybe people would think, oh, no, just take a little holiday, but it's like it's so different from the reality. It's like, it's not really a holiday for us to look at it. Like we do miss them.
Yeah. The one night is good.
Yeah,
Down and back.
exactly.
Like, not sleeping well.
Yeah, exactly.
Beckers could do it all. But, yeah, 3 nights is just, it tends to happen quite a lot. Quite senior in the business, but
Do you want to like stay within the same business, or are you okay with
I'm
change?
open that we changed. I've been in drinks for forever. like specular bars that are going into sales, different businesses now, quite part of a healthy image. So now we've had to so we could move, we've got those a little, go on fashion, cheese, we'll see. Yeah, up early this morning. It's a bit of a struggle, to be honest.
Late last night or so when I'm late to that.
Schoolboy. See you. Have a good day.
Right, it's 9:30, now in the British capital, London. I'm at King's Cross, just getting off the train here from Newcastle. It looks like everything's back to normal now. Might be still the odd residual delay and cancellation because of obviously trains and crew being out of place from last night. So we'll walk down the platform and meet up with Mr. Jack Newell, who should be waiting for us at the barriers. It's quite a wet day in London. Now, as I said, I won't be train spotting this time. I've already been here this year. But if I'm honest, I won't be doing London in a day again. I will be doing London holidays next time. So here's what we have in the cross. A few LNER zoomers here. That's the whole trains over there that Jack came down on. And this is where I say goodbye to King's Cross station. Because next up for me is Euston. And so, at King's Cross station for the final time, look who's here. Monsieur Jackie Newell. And he's going to be joining us for the next part here in London this morning, and also for the next my train journeys. Well, he dans as far as Carlisle, I dan all the way, there he is, I dan all the way even further up, but I'll explain more of that in a bit. In the meantime, what we're going to do is walk along Euston Road to Euston Station and jump on the Northern Line there. It is quite a wet day in the capital this morning. Just standing right next to St Pancras Station. Right, let's down this way. So walking along a very wet Euston Road to Euston Station. Normally would have took the tube Victoria line to Euston, but we don't know how busy it is. But only down here for a couple of hours and then I'll be out of the rain again. Right, down in the tube we go. Let's see what it's like when it's partially on strike. And to be honest, at the moment doesn't look too bad. Yeah, there are some like gaps in service in that compared to normal, but at the moment I don't think it's too bad. But the proof is in the pudding when we jump on the Northern Line down to Embankment. We need to down this way. Right, first tube today. At Charing Cross, and so far no problems on the Northern Line. And literally embankment's just a little down the line.
The next station is Embankment.
So here I am, here we are in central London. It's 10:30 and we are on the River Thames, standing on one of the Golden Jubilee bridges. And there is the London Eye over there. Thankfully all that rain's now passed over. And there's Westminster, Houses of Parliament, Big Ben, just over there. We're planning to walk up to there. And Jack, tell us what we've got behind.
You put me on the spot.
Yes.
I believe it's Charing Cross.
It certainly is Charing Cross Station, which is what the hub of South Eastern Railway. These trains pass across the Hungerford Bridge towards Waterloo East before heading out towards Kent. A lot of services head down to Kent and that sort of area. Hello, hello, hello. Evening all. There's police boat
Keeping an eye on it.
behind one of the Thames Clippers, heading west along the Thames. And we shall be here till about just after 11 o'clock before we head back to Euston Station for the next part of my journey. And that'll be the longest bit that is yet to come, but a bit about that when we get to Euston. So in the meantime, Jack, Mr. Pratt made a mistake with his Oyster card. He forgot to put his real card onto it. You wally.
Oh well, it's only £1 going to TfL. A bit like the £1 you got back from Transpennine Express.
Anyway, also today, as I said, while I'm out, it gives me a chance to look back on all on past outings, all the memories and that I've been doing with these diaries for the last 14 years. First time I did a video diary down here in London was January 2014. It was a bit of a wet day, that. First time I met Jack was where?
In Shrewsbury.
It certainly was in Shrewsbury. It was in the May of 2015, it
Yep.
was. And since then we've been like ant and deck of the railways. We both made a spectacle of ourselves. We both have sometimes a little bit of a beard, bit of hair, although he has more hair than me. And in the meantime, we've got, what do we have, Jack?
I believe that's a 707 City Beam.
City Beam. That, South Eastern.
Yeah.
Again, that'll stop at Waterloo East first. Now where's that going to? Looks can't really see the destination on the side of these sometimes. It's an alright station to spot at, Charing Cross, but if I'm honest, you're better off spotting at Cannon Street station because you actually get a better view from there. So as I walk along the embankment, something I can also look back on, my very cheap outings that I did 2 years ago, where I got Edinburgh for £1 each way on Transpennine. I got Liverpool just for £1 because my original journey was cancelled, and I actually put a delay claim in for £1, and guess what? I got it back.
Only because I told you about it.
Yeah, only because Jack told us about it, so I booked all them pound outings. I then got Leeds, £1 each way. I then did the outing, sort of like an Anglo-Saxon outing where I went to Edinburgh, then to Glasgow and Manchester. I got Glasgow to Manchester just £1. Mint that. So you'd say it's drying up on the Thames, and there's the pub on the Thames there. And then of course, after I did all them outings in 2024, oh, I've left him behind there. There he is. The interview is Jack. There you go. And then of course, after all them outings, I did the United States of America. So one thing I can say, I did a Dodds Diary in the USA. That does count that. I did New York for a week. Still one of my most memorable holidays. And I've done loads of other places. So I've done all the UK, been to Ireland. I've done Dodds Diaries in France.
Been to my house.
Been to his house. Done France. Been to Spain. Done his house. Done Italy and Germany. Germany was amazing last year. Done Greece. The beaches in Greece though, beautiful. I highly recommend you down to Crete or Rhodes. And as I said, I did the USA 2 years ago. But after 14 years, the thing is, the more I make, the more editing I have to do, and I'm getting older now, so that's why I decided that it was time to just settle down and retire from doing diaries. You might still see the odd video on YouTube, but it's going to be mainly now off my mobile phone, where I just do like very short clips. But as I said, this being the final one today, and what a way to get out with a bang. Bang! Just sort of spit a little bit with rain. See Westminster Bridge over there. That's where we're down to.
The question is now, will we try and go wrong like classic Dodds Diaries?
Yeah. Now of course I've got 2 more journeys to make. Jack's got 3 to make. And of course, they all have to run completely on time today. At least for once I had no bother getting down here. There's the Met Police going past, and we are on Westminster Bridge, looking east along the Thames. The London Eye over there, and of course behind is Big Ben in the Houses of Parliament. And in about 7 minutes, Big Ben will chime 11 times to signal 11 o'clock. So, Big Ben's going to chime 11 times for 11 o'clock. With a shot like that, it's like watching news at 10. So that's us now done with Big Ben. We'll head back to the Embankment tube station. We'll catch the Northern Line back to up to Euston station. And we're just passing New Scotland Yard. Over there, the headquarters of the Metropolitan Police. So on the other side of the Hungerford Bridge we are, and we'll just take one more look at the Thames. This is heading east along the Thames. See, you've got St Paul's Cathedral over there. There's the City of London. So you've got like the cheese grater, the walkie-talkie and the Gherkin in there. Gherkin's in there somewhere. Got there's the Shard, just over there. The bit beyond that is, of course, Tower Bridge and Canary Wharf. At night time, it's wonderful to see it all lit up at night. But now, this is where my time in London finishes. It's when I'm going to catch the Northern Line up to Euston Station. Right, onto the northbound.
There is a service to Edinburgh. If you're looking for a by-bike service, board is train and change at Camden Town. For your safety, please remain behind the yellow line as the train heads to. Again, this is an Edinburgh service, and when boarding the train, use all available doors.
What you heard there, just as we got on the tube, was the original Mind the Gap announcer on the Northern Line.
Change here for Bakerloo Line and National.
Onto the main line. Right, now in Euston Station, just had lunch. It's now 12 o'clock, 40 minutes to wait. So, the long journey, here it is. So we're going to catch the 12:40 Avanti West Coast service, and I'm doing it all the way to Edinburgh Waverley. 5 hours, over 5 hour ride. I get to the Scottish capital about 6:10 this evening. Jack, he's down as far as Carlisle. He gets there at 5 o'clock, and then he's down back to Doncaster via the Tyne Valley line and then Newcastle. Whereas I obviously go to Edinburgh and then I come back from there back to Newcastle tonight. Now, this will be a couple of firsts. This will be the first time I've been on Avanti going out of Euston Station. It's the first time I'll have ever done Rugby to Coventry. Yes, this train does go via Birmingham New Street as well. So, down and through Birmingham with this top on. Anyway, the only other time I've gone north out of here is either playing Train Sim World, Train Simulator, or I did a journey from here to Watford in 2010. But nevertheless, this is going to be a fab ride, this. And this bit of the journey is only costing £35. And it's going to be great. And a long one. So, on to our my train all the way to Scotland. 12:40, Avanti West Coast, via Coventry, Birmingham New Street, Wolverhampton, before heading back to the West Coast main line at Stafford. We're in coach E. On the left here is one of the new... what train, Jack? One of London North Western Railway's Class 730 services. And we're in coach. Just a little up here. But this is where I say goodbye to the the English capital. And then later on today, I'll be in the Scottish capital. And this is Pendolino, City of Lichfield. So yeah, it's the first time I've been on a Pendolino in real life, riding out of Euston Station. As I said, normally I've done this on Train Simulator Classic, Train Sim World, and that's it really. Of course, all the Pendolinos are now refurbished, so the same seats as what you get we had on the Lumo this morning. And it's going to be a long journey this for me.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh. Calling at Coventry, Birmingham International, Birmingham New Street, Sadwell and Dudley, Wolverhampton, Stafford, Crewe, Warrington Bank Quay, Wigan North Western, Preston, Lancaster, Oxenholme Lake District, Penrith, Carlisle, Haymarket.
That's what I wanted. So my trip up to Edinburgh begins.
Good afternoon, a very warm welcome to those customers just joining us there. My name is Rachel, your train manager. It's my pleasure to welcome you all on the 12:40 service through to Edinburgh. Please do just take the time to ensure that you are seated in the correct coach for your ticket type. You'll find that the standard carriages run from A through to F. Coach H is our premium carriage and our first class carriages are J and K. Those of you looking to upgrade your travel today, premium class upgrades are available. This offers you the upgraded seating, extra legroom and a guaranteed table at every seat. The prices do vary, so please do let me know your station call and I'll let you know the price of your upgrade. So we're first going to be calling at Coventry, followed by Birmingham International, Birmingham New Street, Sandwell and Dudley, Wolverhampton, Stafford, Crewe, Warrington Bank Quay, Wigan North Western, Preston, Lancaster, Oxenholme Lake District, Penrith, Carlisle, Haymarket and finally arriving into Edinburgh at 18:20. So I do just ask that you are respectful of your surroundings, and this does include no footwear on the seating, please, and for your safety and security, CCTV is in operation. You will see the use of body-worn cameras. For now, please do sit back, relax, enjoy your journey. If you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to ask.
We just passed South Hampstead, London Overground line, what's called the Lioness line. Just down as we're heading towards this part of northwest London. And you can see up there, there it is, Wembley Stadium. And as I speak, the England football team just touched down in Miami the other night for the World Cup. And we're just coming through, well, we're heading towards Wembley Central. Yeah. That is a magnificent stadium, that.
I'll leave him in phone just in case. I'll back on now, just I'll
Wembley Central Station. Just returned with a coffee as we just went through Watford Junction and also the kind of Tilton Hill.
You're not the only one who gets recognised. They recognised me, didn't they?
Did they actually recognise you?
Yeah.
Oh, mint.
So you're not the only one, Doddsy.
Ah, right.
Like that time it happened at Newcastle in the train depot.
Oh.
Yeah, do you remember that day when you got recognised on the open day at Newcastle?
Oh yeah, that's right, aye. I do love all me fans, by the way.
Hello to anyone watching.
And I would say, honestly, hello to anyone who's watching, and honestly, thank you so much for watching all these Dodds Diaries for the last 14 years or so. You have all been magnificent. And as I said, they won't be getting deleted. They'll still be up here for you to watch over and over and over again. But this, of course, this is my last one, I'm afraid. Well, Jack, what he likes to try is drink off the train. So, 2 kinds of ale. This is pale ale from Hull Trains. And he's got one here from Avanti West Coast here, the Tilton Ale. But that's the drink I'm having now. Pilsner beer. And that's a Dutch one, that. In the meantime, journey's going well. I don't know where we are, to be honest, but anyway.
Gone past Tring.
Oh yeah, just went past Tring, and this is where the great train robbery of 1963 it was. It occurs round here, so we're heading through Buckinghamshire. Just went Cheddington, and that was actually where the great train robbery happened. Oh, there's a freight. Past Leighton Buzz, it's a beautiful scenery up here. It's part of Buckinghamshire. And of course, these trains tilt. By being on this side, we'll actually get to see, we go through Cumbria and see the mountains and that on this side.
Get to Curzon Street as well.
When we get through to Birmingham. Somewhere south of Bletchley, and this is one thing the West Coast Main Line's never short of: freight traffic. And then straight after Bletchley we head through Milton Keynes. I honestly think when it comes to freight trains, I think the West Coast Main Line typically gets a lot more than the East Coast Main Line. So just past Bletchley there, where you can also get the train to Bedford. We saw the new high east-west platforms. Literally just down the line, up the line here, should be Milton Keynes. That's that freight train we saw just now. If you're playing Train Sim World, this is where you'd have to finish the journey, but this month, Trent Valley, Milton Keynes to Crewe is released. Also this year will be Crewe to Preston, then Train Sim World, and of course you do Preston to Carlisle, Train Sim World, of course you do the Blackpool lines. Just hope you one time they might do Glasgow, and then you'll have the entire West Coast main line at your fingertips. There's Milton Keynes, yes. Milton Keynes Central Station. Wolverton. So this is called Road at Clutton, and this is where the Northampton line branches off. See the Northampton, well literally it was just over there actually, the Northampton line. Motoring, just going alongside the M1 motorway. Just passing, well, just. This is actually what's called the Watford Gap. Just along the road is Long Butby. We're just coming through Rugby, and this is where we turn off and head towards Coventry. And this station used to look a hell of a lot different in the 90s than what it is now. Good spotting location, I should say. So we turn off the West Coast main line and go on to the Birmingham branch the WCML. Now it's just coming into Coventry. That means now I've done the Rugby to Coventry section. I'll tip that off now. And this is a team that will be in next season's Premier League, the Sky Blues. This is also the home of Jaguar Land Rover. And the fact that there's a very tatty looking station as Coventry as well. Now it's coming into Birmingham International, the airport on the other side. That's the National Exhibition Centre is on this side, and also something else which should be on this side is this, the Caledonian sleeper train, which broke down last night. And it's been stuck here since.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh, calling at Birmingham New Street, Sandwell and Dudley, Wolverhampton, Stafford, Crewe, Warrington Bank Quay, Wigan North Western, Preston, Lancaster, Oxenholme Lake District, Penrith, Carlisle, Haymarket.
So just 2 o'clock as we leave Birmingham International. The next stop will be New Street. So about an hour and 20 minutes into my journey. Well, nearly an hour and 20 minutes. Let's see what planes are in Birmingham Airport. Right, let's see Emirates down there. Don't know if they must be running now, but to Dubai once again, although of course they've been off. Been a bit hit and miss the last few months. Now coming towards England's second city, Birmingham. This is Proof House Junction. So normally I'd come off that junction when on cross country. And up there to see the stadium of Birmingham City Football Club.
We're now approaching Birmingham New Street. For those customers that are leaving us here, please do ensure that you have all of your personal belongings, checking under and around your seats any luggage racks that you may have used. Do take care when stepping down from the train to the platform edge, and do keep your tickets handy, as they will be needed if you are leaving the station, as barriers are in operation here at Birmingham. So apologies for the late arrival of this service 10 minutes behind schedule, and for those customers that are continuing on their journey with us, this service will now not have any downtime here at Birmingham, and as soon as we have all of the new customers on board, we will continue on with our journey straight away, hopefully leaving at 7 minutes past. So on behalf of your onboard team and Avanti West Coast, we would like to say thank you for travelling with us, and please do have a very safe onward journey.
Đâu phải đâu mà nói đây không có chụp. Iya, oke. Udah buat ya? No hay juega. Oke. Oh, koko ba minga mo ino?
And of course my journey continues on from here. Well, here we are, Birmingham New Street, platform 7, so we'll actually make up the 10 minutes lost. Yeah, I do love this station, me. Hopefully I will be back. Could be this year, could be next year. Hello and goodbye, New Street Station. Short but sweet.
Good afternoon, a very warm welcome to those customers who just joined us there at Birmingham New Street. My name is Rachel, your train manager. It's my pleasure to welcome you all on the 1407 service through to Edinburgh. Please do just take the time to ensure that you are seated in the correct coach for your ticket type. You will find that the standard carriages run from A through to F. Coach H is our premium carriage and J and K are the first class carriages. I do just ask that you are respectful of your surroundings. This does include no footwear on the seating, please, and for your safety and security. CCTV is in operation. You will see the use of body-worn cameras. So now please do sit back, relax, enjoy your journey. If you need any assistance, please do not hesitate to ask.
So go through the very long tunnel up towards Smethwick Rolfe Street Station. And again, this is a route you can do on Train Sim World and Train Simulator Classic.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh, calling at Sandwell and Dudley, Wolverhampton, Stafford, Crewe, Warrington Bank Quay, Wigan North Western, Preston, Lancaster, Oxenholme Lake District, Penrith, Carlisle, Haymarket. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
It's coming into Stafford now, back on the West Coast Main Line. doing this route does remind me of Trade Sim World. I have been down here before, spotting. It was back in 2011 actually. It's coming into Crewe. The Reaver train care, but of course it's not a Reaver anymore now. It's Transport for Wales.
Well, still not Reaver.
And on the other side of here is Basford Hall Yard. There's a Chiltern down there. 168. I've been here a few times. Remember one time came here in 2019 and met up with Simon Poole. Only met him for what, 10 minutes? And then of course I almost had problems getting back to Liverpool that night. It's currently between Warrington and Wigan. You do get lovely scenery around this part of Cheshire. It's currently 25 to 4. I've still got 2 hours and 45 minutes to go.
We're now approaching Wigan North Western.
Jack's about
When
an hour
leaving us
and
here,
25
make sure you
away
have all
from
your luggage and
Carlisle.
belongings with you, and please mind the step down to the platform.
Coming to Preston now. So now into Lancashire we are. Every time I see Preston, there's only one thing I think of, and that's the train to Blackpool that goes from here.
I remember in the winter sitting here 50 minutes just to get a 158 into Preston.
Just 50 minutes.
Just to get a 158 and avoid a pacer.
That's a long time to wait.
Yeah, just to avoid a pacer.
Now at Lancaster. The last time I was here was in 2017, where I had
Welcome on board this
what turned out to be a
West
bit of a
Coast
weird day out
service to
that day.
Edinburgh, calling
Did the
at
Cumbria round robin,
Oxenholme
but
Lake District,
just a few
Kenrick,
things happened that day.
Carlisle, Haymarket.
There's a class 156 down there. Hello, Northern again. And that's going to Morecambe. You can feel the train now tilting as we head in up towards Cumbria. Time's now 20 past 4, so I've got another 2 more hours to go. Jack's got another 40 minutes. Just over there is the M6. The next stop here is Penrith. See all the North Pennines up here.
We're now approaching Penrith.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all your...
It's now 5 o'clock, literally not far off Carlisle now, slowing down. This is where I say goodbye to Jack Newell, and it's where you also say goodbye to Jack Newell here on Dodds Diaries, the very last one.
Yeah, been a pleasure.
Been an absolute pleasure to meet you. We will continue to meet up for years and years to come. And what a great journey it's been, and I've been absolutely loving it. This part of the West Coast Main Line has great scenery.
I can sum it up in one word.
What?
A zoom in.
A zoom in. No, this has been Pendolinen.
Yes.
In the meantime, he gets off at Carlisle. I've still got another hour and 20 minutes or so of travel into up to Edinburgh.
Make sure you have your personal belongings with you and do take care when leaving this train. After departing Carlisle, we'll be running non-stop to Haymarket and Edinburgh Waverley. Where are we now? Any passengers for Glasgow Central to the Trans-Pennine Express service just behind us is the 17:15 on platform 1. Coventry service 17:27 on platform 7. Next Newcastle service is the 17:33 on platform 5.
Well, that of course is the Tyne Valley Line service. And we're just literally about to, it's just down here actually. Yep, that's the way Jack is going. He's going along the Tyne Valley Line to Newcastle. I'm not today, I'm heading into Scotland. I've done many a Dodds Diary through here. First one I did was back in 2012 actually, when I did me Northern England trip. It came up to here. There was actually a steam train due.
Once again, Carlisle, our next calling point. Thank you.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh.
And now it's just me.
Calling at Haymarket. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
Well, I'm well past the Scottish border now, so I am now in Scotland. The only times I've done this way is when I've been up to Glasgow. Passing through the beautiful scenery of South Lanarkshire. It's just absolutely stunning, this part of the West Coast Main Line. Somewhere up here is that bridge, Lamington Viaduct, that was damaged in 2016, well just before, and it shut this part of the West Coast Main Line off for a number of months. That's why I had to divert via Dumfries on that 50th diary. Turning off the West Coast Main Line at Carstairs, South Junction. So the line to the left, that takes you to Glasgow. This way takes you towards Edinburgh. This is where now my bit of the journey now starts to head eastwards. Just seen over there, that's the Forth rail bridge over there. Just heading towards the suburbs of Edinburgh. Slateford.
Couple minutes time service is arriving into Haymarket. If you are leaving us here, do take a good look around to make sure you have your personal belongings with you and take care when leaving this train. Any passengers for the Aberdeen service? Departure time here at Haymarket is 18:41. It is showing it's running around 15 minutes late. It's expected in around 18:55. It's due to depart on platform at number 2. And the service is running just around 15 minutes time to the Aberdeen service. If you are leaving us here to join it at Haymarket, the 18:41 due in around 18:55 on platform 2. We're arriving onto platform number 3, so it's a straight changeover for you here. Once again, Haymarket in a few minutes time.
So Haymarket, here's a Transpennine to Manchester Airport coming in. Hey, what a long journey it's been.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to Edinburgh. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
There's Edinburgh Castle up there.
Services now on the approach to Edinburgh Waverley where it terminates. Do take this opportunity to make sure you have your personal belongings with you and do take care when leaving this train. Once again, final calling point Edinburgh. Hope you'll have a lovely evening.
We're now approaching Edinburgh, which is our final stop. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
When leaving us here, make sure you have all your luggage and belongings with you, and please mind the step down to the platform.
It's 25 to 7, and finally, here I am in the Scottish capital, Edinburgh. That was one long journey, that, from London up to here via Birmingham. A good 5 and a bit hours. And finally, I've made it up here, and I'll be up here for the next few hours till 10 o'clock tonight. Now let's take a look at Waverley Station. I'm not going to spot this time, so I'm just doing a quick video without signing in. This will be my last chance to see a ScotRail Intercity 7 train, HST, down there. Got a 385 there. A couple of few 158s over there. That's going to Dunblane. But I think the star of the show now has to be the HST over there. It won't be long now until they are withdrawn and replaced by Class 222 Meridian trains from East Midlands Railway. That's the evening Voyager service to Aberdeen. So, Edinburgh, here I am, after that very long 5-hour journey from London via Birmingham. Here is Princess Street, but busy as always. We've got the trams running along it as well. Here's Scott's Monument. This is a Waverley Bridge over there, and there of course is the Balmoral Hotel. I think after a long journey I should be checking into a hotel, but I'm done back home tonight. I'm up here for the next few hours till 10 o'clock tonight before I head back to Newcastle, so I'm gonna make the most of it while I'm here. Here's one of the Edinburgh trams. The first time I did a diary on these was back in 2014, when the system had just been open for a few months. The first time I did a diary here was 2013, when I met up with a lad called Jack Newell. Nice lad he was. You can see up there, there's Edinburgh Castle, which I'm going to be walking up the Royal Mile to. Unbelievable to think that this morning I was on the train from Newcastle down to London King's Cross. I was down there this morning, and then from 12:40 got the train, and now I'm up here in Edinburgh. What a journey I've had. Perhaps just as good as when I did the 50th diary in 2016. It's the Princess Street Gardens. I was up here in November when they had the Christmas markets and all that on. They have all sorts of events here. Got the Scottish National Gallery over there. So I'm going to be spending pretty much most of my time in the old town this way. That's the way I'm going. going to start off walking up Cockburn Street up to the Royal Mile. I think for me tea tonight, I fancy down to a chip shop. Gotta have a bit of pizza crunch maybe, and a deep fried Mars bar, especially when I'm in Scotland as well. Obviously, if you walk, when you come here, Edinburgh is a very steep city, and you're always better off wearing comfy shoes when walking up here. So I'm going to walk up the Royal Mile to Edinburgh Castle and then come back down. Last time I was here was last November. I did the whisky experience, and I recommend you down in there. Now I've just had half-fried pizza, chips and a battered Mars bar. Or of course, as they call it up here in Scotland, supper. Anything with chips is called a supper. It was lovely, about £11. I would not recommend you have it every day because of all that fat and all that. But, you know, something to have every now and then. Well, I've just remembered I'm in first class in a few hours' time, so I'll have to get something light off that train. I forgot about that. Oh well, but naturally my stomach can take it anyway. Right. Just unbelievable to think that this morning I was in London, and this evening I'm in Edinburgh. So you see up there is Edinburgh Castle. Now currently setting up for the military tattoo. Takes place every July, August. So that's why this whole section is closed off while they're doing the works. So in the meantime, just gonna have a look at some of the other bits of the old town. So walking down by the side of Edinburgh Castle, but normally I'm used to standing on the top of that with a view of Arthur's Seat. I think I'll have a little walk further down. And so as you can see here, they're all setting up for the military tattoo in about a month or two. It's one of the biggest events in Scotland of the year. And you can just see it. Beyond them trees, there it is, Arthur's Seat, just over there. And normally I'm used to driving a Bugatti Veyron up that and jumping off it, off a danger zone on Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when it comes to the old town of Edinburgh, there's more than just the Royal Mile and Edinburgh Castle to see. But of course, I don't have much time, I'm afraid. I really have to spend a few days up here to see it all. do love the sound of Scottish bagpipes as we pass the Scottish Parliament just over here. I fancy a drink. We're standing on the North Bridge, which has just been recently restored, although they're still doing restoration work a bit on it. But anyway, oh, there's my finger there. You can see, get a good view of the top of Waverley Station here. And you can see Stock Monument over there with the Balmoral, Princes Street on the other side. See the National Gallery, Scottish National Gallery over there. And where I fancy a drink is the Jingle and Geordie, I think. We've just taken a walk around the Princes Street Gardens. As you can see there, just went in the Jingle and Geordie pub. It's a lovely pub that, literally next to the Halfway House, the smallest pub in Edinburgh. And not a tourist trap, it's one of them you should go to. A little bit off the beaten track, off the Royal Mile. It's a lovely, well, mixed evening in Edinburgh. Dry, it has been raining on and off, but like blue skies and all that. It's kind of mild as well out here, which is good. But there's one of the trams going to New Haven near Leith. Well, you go past Leith to get there. That's where the Proclaimers are from. I've had one lovely day today, and may as well tell you my train. It's attaching the 2200 LNER back to Newcastle, which previously used to run only on a Friday night. Now it runs Monday to Friday. And also, like beforehand, the last train would have been 9 o'clock. It would have come from Aberdeen, terminating at previously Leeds, now York. And to top off a fabulous day, I'm in first class back to Newcastle as well. I just literally only I paid an extra £15 a couple of months ago for the upgrade. My original single was 15, but an extra 15 for a first class. I thought, why not? I've had a lovely little time up here in the Scottish capital. It is best to come up here for a few days. And of course, as I get near the day, it means my last ever Dodds Diary is almost at the end as well. So I'll be on the train back to Newcastle, get back there for about quarter to midnight, and then I'm in the taxi back to my house. So this will be my train to Newcastle. That'll form the 2200 service, and it's 801226 LNER Pride. And me being a lucky bugger, unlucky Jack. And so my last train journey of the night begins.
Yes, so... Sorry?
You should make it.
I've got 14. Should be alright. So, how did you get back? Did you walk?
No, just apparently the turn was fine. Yeah, really? So I commute every day.
Because I usually park at the station. I well, the thing is, we leave at 3:50. That's Barbara's.
Hello, and welcome on board this LNER Azuma to Newcastle. We will call at Dunbar, Preston, Berwick-upon-Tweed, Alnmouth, Morpeth, and Newcastle. The next station will be Dunbar.
CCTV is in operation on this service for your safety and security. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our onboard team or text British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
It's better than rushing. Because I feel like when I go early. I usually go to somewhere
So you're right the way out to the 4th, up there. So I've got the lager, handcraft lager, strawberry lime pot with dessert, and what I'm having for my main is a Mumbai chicken toasty. Just need to wait for that to come along. And this is the A1. Lovely sunset, heading up Scotland. See up there across the Forth. So as we leave Dunbar, tucking into supper, Mumbai chicken toasty. I've got the lager and the strawberry lime pot. still see the North Sea there. So back into England now.
We will shortly be arriving at Berwick-upon-Tweed.
Every time I explain it, it's always anyway, who knows? Well, it's also even the best player on the used to it from last and get bigger.
Hello, and welcome on board this LNER Azuma to Newcastle. We will call at Alnmouth, Morpeth, and Newcastle. The next station will be Alnmouth.
CCTV is in operation on this service for your safety and
Doesn't
security.
actually feel like it's 10 to 11 at night. You can still see the sun going down.
If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to our onboard
We've just left Berwick-upon-Tweed.
British Transport Police on 61016.
It's passing Spittal Beach.
Say it, sorted.
I was just passing Hayton Depot all the trains there heading off to bed, which is what I need to do when I get home. Well, shower and then bed. As I'm about to come at into right where I started the train out at 6 o'clock this morning, Newcastle. The taxi's literally on its way.
We will shortly be arriving at Newcastle, where we finish our journey today.
So it's just coming up to 25 to midnight.
Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you. Thank you for travelling with LNER.
There's one of the last Townway Metro trains. I think that's the last one to St James tonight. No. It's one of the new 555 trains. There's only 6 of the old fleet now in stock, and the old fleet is fully withdrawn from the end of this month. So what I'll do is I'll be ending this bit when I get to Central Station, and then of course tomorrow, the day after filming this, is when I'll do my full outro. It'll be my full and final outro. And we're just passing Manners. Woohoo! This is where I was this morning. See just saying the Sage. Date's head down there. See the high level. Oh, I can see the Tyne Bridge. And here it is. Right back where I started, it's Newcastle. 23:37. Got a Voyager over there that arrived from Reading, I think. So I need to just go and wait for my taxi. Pretty much no more trains now out here tonight. And so, for the very last time, I'm doing one of these outros. And so, I'm home in Chester Street. It is now 21:12 the following day, because obviously I got home just before about midnight last night and I was really shattered. I literally went in the shower and then went straight to bed, had a good lie in this morning, and now I'm here. When I did my first Dodds Diary, I entered it at the bus stop on Northlands, and that was some out in that. When I went from Newcastle to York, running down Granger Street, went to York, then to Blackpool, then up to Carlisle, back to Newcastle. That was a great out in that, and that that set the tone. That was the start of what would be an absolutely wonderful adventure over 14 years, but I'm going to talk more about that in a moment. So, for one more time, here's a review of how it went on this episode. It all went according to plan. To get the start, got the bus up to Newcastle at 20 to 5 in the morning. A canny few people on the 21. It's a well used. It's one of the Go North East's flagship bus routes. The 21 is up here. Got the train. Now this was my very first time on Lumo, I should say. So what a way for it to be on the last diary. Lumo from Newcastle down to King's Cross. At one point it looked like I was going to have trouble, because literally just hours the night before, the overhead wires went down in the Hitchin area, which is just like north of Stevenage. So I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it to King's Cross, but I did. So the train went non-stop all the way to London. That included through York and the rest. Friendly staff, good staff they were, good service. I wouldn't use Lumo again if I was carrying large amounts of luggage, because they're quite strict. They only allow you up to one case, like say one bag for under your seat and overhead, and then of course up to a medium-sized suitcase. They're very similar to like an airline style regulation. Think of it as like the Ryanair of railways. So I would travel with Lumo again if I was just like carrying light, for example. But for luggage, if I had lots of luggage, I would have to use LNER to King's Cross. Got down there for 9:30. Met up with my great friend Jack Newell. Lovely lad he is. We've had loads of meetups, adventures, loads of fun and that. And me and him continue to do so. He's a great friend of mine, honestly, Jack Newell. So we met up, we went to London. Now this was also my first time in London when there was a tube strike on. The RMT union drivers were on strike, but ASLEF were not. So some tube lines were fully suspended. Piccadilly line was one of them. I think Bakerloo, and also on another lines there were, rather than tube trains every 2 or 3 minutes, they were more like every 5 or 6 minutes. But all we needed to do was walk to Euston station and get the Northern line down to Embankment, and that was a breeze, literally. Northern line down to Embankment, went to Big Ben, Westminster and that, and then the Northern line back to Euston. £3 each way. That's obviously tapping in with Oyster and that. So we were lucky, but London on a tube strike, I would not recommend it. And by the evening, tube lines were shutting down quite early, about 8 or 9 o'clock-ish, or actually by tea time, tube lines were starting to shut down as I read the updates. So another first for me was coming up. I was travelling to Edinburgh, very first time from London. Also, my first time riding on Avanti out of Euston station. I've rode Avanti into Euston, but not heading north out of it. And the first time I actually did Rugby to Coventry, so that's a new bit of line I've just ticked off. It was also the first time I've done Avanti up to Edinburgh. I've done it to Glasgow before, and what a long journey it was. 5 hours and 10 minutes. The train goes went up to Rugby, then to Coventry, then through Birmingham New Street station. So for the first time since 2006, I'm actually on a train going through Birmingham and not actually getting off at New Street. And then right up through the West Midlands, up through Wolverhampton, then towards Stafford, Crewe, up towards Preston, Carlisle, and then the train turns off at Carstairs Junction, and I headed towards Edinburgh. A long journey, but only £35. Very scenic indeed, especially around Cumbria. And Jack joined us as far as Carlisle, and then he was heading along the Tyne Valley line to Newcastle, and then he went back down to Doncaster. He got there 55 minutes late because of trespasses at Durham, whereas me, I continued all the way up to the Scottish capital, up to Edinburgh. And long journey, if you like long journeys, then maybe that's one for you, but if you don't like long journeys, then that's not a one for you. I spent just a few hours looking around Edinburgh, like walking up the Royal Mile and up to the castle, and that was unbelievable to think that in the morning I was on a tube train and standing beside Bin Ben, and then in the evening I was standing right near to Edinburgh Castle. Unbelievable. Long day of travelling, but I loved it. Then I got the 2200 back in Newcastle. It was only £15 to upgrade to first class, which I'd done a couple of months beforehand, and that was worth it. That got us back in Newcastle at 1:45 midnight. One thing, first class, LNER, in my opinion, is better than Avanti. Avanti, when I looked to upgrade, it was going to cost 30 something for standard premium, and then 70 something for first class from London to Edinburgh. That's quite steep, that. I think Avanti are trying to copy what like British Airways do with like premium economy and economy and that. But I think LNER's first class service is more recommended. I recommend that more than Avanti, but that of course depends on which side of the country you live on. I got myself a taxi by Kingsway Cabs, based here in Cheshire Street. He brought us back home for about 1:15 midnight, and then I was in the shower and off to bed because I was totally shattered. I'm 34, and yes, there are people at my age who still do these long days out, but me, it's starting to get tiring now, and that's also one of the reasons why I'm ending these long outings, as well as also the amount of editing I have to do on these as well. The more I video, the more I have to edit. It can take days. For me though, it is though good memories for me to look back on, and for you it's entertainment for you to watch as well. So this is it, folks. This is where the story ends. 14 years of doing these Dodds Diaries, started in August 2012, finishing in June 2026. What's the future for me? Well, the camcorder videos will be finishing. You'll still see the odd little clip I'll be doing on my phone now and that, so like very short clips, but these long diaries, this is where the story ends. I just want to say to you all, thank you so much for subscribing and watching all these. Honestly, it does mean an awful lot to me, and I've met loads of great people over my time, and I will still continue to meet up with yous. You know, I'm still going to be out and about, but obviously I won't be doing these anymore now. Over the past 14 years, Dodds Diaries and these sort of outings, I've been to all sorts of places across the UK, and also I've been to Ireland, France, Belgium, Spain, Italy, Greece and Germany, and I can also say that I ticked off, just checking something there, I also ticked off the United States of America doing Dodds Diaries in New York City. What I'm going to be concentrating on now is when I take my photos and videos on my phone, they will be on my Facebook, and then that's where I can properly, like for me, look back on memories and say, oh, on this day last year I did this and that. So you'll see stuff, you'll see me upload photographs there, and then here on my YouTube, which will still be running, you are still going to be able to look back on every single video I've made, every single diary that I've done over 14 years. I've been doing videos since 2006, but as I said, now it's just going to be mainly on my phone, just like short clips and that. Well, here it is. This is where I have to say farewell, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this diary and all the rest, and I will hopefully see you around one day soon. In Spanish, I should say, adios, amigos.